Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Martina Keast, and today I'm coming to you from our little camper nestled on my daughter and son-in-law's farm here in Glendon, Alberta. A thunderstorm is rolling through, which to me is very fitting because of what I'm going to be talking to you about. I'm going to talk to you about storms that echo within people who are experiencing difficulties. And that's why I say it's very fitting, because there's a storm, a thunderstorm, lightnings, rain going on outside while I'm addressing some issues, some trauma that has been going on within myself. This is one of the reasons why Brian and I have not been doing any recordings. You know, we had so much fun. We just loved doing the recordings and loved spending time together with perler art and diamond art, and we did some watercolor. I think we did the birds. We did some lives on that. We had so much fun. And then stuff happened. And that's what I'm going to be talking to you about in the next 4 or 5 parts of recording parts. As all that stuff is going on the inside of me, as a storm is brewing outside of me, there is an invitation that God keeps whispering to me. And he says, wait, Martina, wait with me. Don't rush. Don't rush into things. Don't make decisions, quick decisions. Just wait. There is a kind of waiting that we all know. Waiting in a doctor's office, waiting for test results, waiting for someone to change, waiting for a dream to be fulfilled. Now, come to think of it, I have had to do all of that lately. Waiting in a doctor's office for a new diagnosis, a health diagnosis, and waiting for the test results. Then waiting for Brian to be released from hospital because he was in another bad accident, and waiting for someone to change. And it's easy to point the finger and say for the other person to do the changing. But what about the changing that I have to do? The changing that we need to do together. Waiting for a dream to be fulfilled. I waited for many, many years to become Dr. Keast. And it happened last Christmas when I was 65 and I graduated. So as I'm sharing with you some positives and some not so positives, you can see how life is full of challenges. Life is not easy. But when we have each other and when we're working towards, I don't want to use the word goal, but it is a goal of a healthy relationship. And especially when we listen to what the Lord says, just wait on me. I will give you the steps. Don't rush. So there is that other kind of waiting, right? Not like I just described with the doctor's office and so on and so forth, but there's this kind of waiting, the one where we're not just sitting around, but we're actually leaning in. It's not passive. We're not bored. We're not stressing. We're actively trusting. We're watching, we're listening, and we're letting go. Some of these things I'm going to be talking to you about in the next few videos. I found myself asking questions like, did I move too soon? Right? I looked at the possibility of being homeless, sleeping in the car, and instead of waiting on God to see if he had another place a place for me, I asked Brian if I could stay with him. And he said, of course. He said yes. But then I have to say, did I mishear you, God? Right? As I continue talking to you about it, what's been going on, I heard God say to me that Brian is going to be my husband. And this was way before I was homeless, and then looked at and asked if I could stay with him. Right? So was I acting in faith when I asked for Brian's help? Or was I reacting out of fear? Would God have given me another opportunity, another place? Well, I will never know unless I ask him directly, which I could. I haven't done it yet, and but I want to, what I want to say is, if you have ever asked yourself these questions, did I move too soon? Did I mishear you, God? Was I acting in faith or just reacting in fear? I want you to know you're not alone. There's a verse I've clung to again and again and again, and it's Psalm 27:14. And I nearly, read the entire Psalm to you because, like, I have the Bible open here, and I thought, oh, maybe I should read the entire 27th Psalm. But let's, for now, stick with verse 14. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. It's not just a suggestion, it's a calling. Waiting on the Lord is a part of growing in spiritual maturity. If it's where we learn to discern his whisper from the noise. It's where trust deepens, where pride breaks, and where intimacy begins. And see, just like I was describing to you how there's turmoil, there's storms on the inside, and there's turmoil and storms on the outside, there's intimacy. Intimacy with the Lord, intimacy with our partners. There's even intimacy within ourselves. And that is something I will be talking more about. In my expressive art workshops, I've seen people begin a painting with no idea where it's going. They dip the brush in paint, or they pick up a pencil, it's sharpened. Actually, I've been there myself, when I'm heading back to another art and faith retreat with Julie Drew. And it's always the same thing. I pick up those oil pastels, and I don't know what I'm going to do. But it's sometimes hesitatingly, sometimes boldly. People that I watch, that I help in my workshops, sometimes they boldly begin, and other times it's very hesitatingly. They're questioning, they're doubting, they're not sure if what they're seeing or hearing is actually what they need to be doing. But the waiting happens in the layering, in the drying, in the space between the brush strokes. There's such a wonder in that. Like, what am I going to do here? God, what are you asking me to paint? What are you asking me to write? What is happening here? And life is like that too. God is the master artisan. He's layering something beautiful in your life and my life. But you might still be in the underpainting, like I was a few months ago when we first started the recording of these videos, right? Don't rush the masterpiece. Yes, we have not been recording. We have not been enjoying the process of creating something. We haven't been doing that because we've been struggling. But so this is part one of my journey, of our journey, and it's called An Invitation to Wait. Don't sulk, Martina. Don't fear, but wait with intention, right? Wait on the Lord. Here is a prompt for you today. What are you waiting for? And how is God inviting you to wait with him, not just for him? Let me see if I can click a banner here. I have a banner of my email address. Okay, here we go. You have that there. And please feel free to email me the response of your prompt. If you keep a journal, write about it. Write about this prompt. If you're creative, paint or sketch your response. If you're simply tired, just rest. Don't do anything. God sees your waiting. God sees the condition of your mind. You know, what's going on up here. He sees what's going on in your heart, in your spirit. He is already in it with you, just like he is with us, as we are working through the process, the waiting of what's to come next. So until next time, keep holding on to grace. Keep trusting that even though if you are unable to trust, God has got you in his hand. He's holding you in his hand. Jesus is right there with you. You're not alone. I will see you again soon. Oops. I'm sorry. This is my first time recording in a while, as you know. So I'm just going to do this now.